The country is hard. There is no money in town. Men are crying. Women are crying. Everybody. Children are crying. Everybody is crying that there is no money in town. I needed to start with the English, but let me sing a Yoruba song that Dr. Victor Olaiya sang in 1983. Permit me, he sang it in Yoruba. I will interpret for you. Ṣiṣi múra gẹ́gẹ́ wọ́n ká ẹ mọ́lé. Ṣiṣi múra gẹ́gẹ́ wọ́n ká ẹ mọ́lé. Mo bèrè ẹ títí tí wọn ò máa jíṣẹ́ fún ẹni. Irọ́ ló ń pa o, owó ló ń wá yẹn. Mo bèrè ẹ títí wọn ò máa jíṣẹ́ fún ẹni. Irọ́ ló ń pa o, náírà ló ń wá yẹn. Ìlú le o, kò sówó lóde. Ìlú le o, kò sówó lóde. Ọkùnrin ń kígbe, obìnrin ń kígbe. Kálukú ló ń kégbe owó. Thank you for allowing me to sing that song in Yoruba. That tune will be familiar to most people. Most people can identify that tune, whether they are Yoruba speakers or non-Yoruba speakers. It was a very popular song. It was a big hit, one of the biggest hits of all times in Nigerian music. Not only is the melody, the rhythm, the harmony, the music rich and very, very, very nice, palatable to the ear. Also, the message was very brief and straight to the point. Let me interpret it to you. Before I do that, please kindly like this video, subscribe to my channel. If you are yet to subscribe, please go ahead, press it, hit on it, hit that subscribe button, and then hit the notification bell so that you'll be getting my videos whenever I upload. Interpretation of that music. When ladies, when ladies dress gayly, gorgeously, elegantly, they will just block you. They go block you for house. What it means is that you just see them at your door. I've been asking after you. Looks like no one told you I've been looking for you. You know, those were not the days of phone that you could just text or call somebody. The phone wasn't deregulated. We only had landlines those days, and only the rich and the few affluent and executive people had phones in their houses. So the lady is saying, okay, the man sang about just like a story of a lady who is saying that to a guy, that I have asked after you, I've been checking in on you through people, but it looks like no one told you I've been looking for you all over town. And the singer says it's a lie. She's looking for money. It's a lie. She's just pretending. Don't fall for it. She's just copying you. She's just finding a means to get closer, to get across to you so that she can get something from you. Why? Let me get to the beginning of the song. The beginning of the song explains the why. And what is the why? Ilu le o ko sowo lode. Ilu le o ko sowo lode. Obìnrin kígbe, ọkùnrin kígbe. Kálukú ló ń kégbe owó. Ilu le means country is hard. Things are hard. Kosowolode means there is no money in town. There is no money. The country is dry of money. Obìnrin kígbe, ọkùnrin kígbe means women are crying. Men are crying. Kálukú ló ń kégbe owó. Everybody is crying. Everybody, another word for crying in that sense, is complaining. Everybody is stressed out. They are complaining for lack of money. Now, you are asking, where am I going with all this? Let me now go with the full interpretation of the song. Country is hard. There is no money in town. There is no money. No one has money. Ladies are crying. They are complaining. Men are complaining. They are crying. Young people, old people, they are complaining, they are crying. Only one song they are singing, that there is no money. Everybody is singing no money, no money, no money. Things are hard. Things are hard. Let me use our basic in Nigerian English. Things are very hard. That was 1983. My question is, ladies of 1983 and ladies of 2024. First, let me also say here that this video is not to impugn on the respect for and of our ladies. I'm not stereotyping ladies, and I am not talking down them. But you know, for musicians, almost all music or lyrics, except some things that are just imagined or imaginary or fictions or novel, most music come from life experiences of the singers. Whether this thing happened to the man, you know, or he just invented it, he was just using it to illustrate that things are hard. Let's just even say drama. Let's take it as because this particular video, I'm just being satirical here, because I'm actually talking about the economics, the situation, the economic situation of Nigeria. Now I'm looking at the cause and effect. This channel, even when I bring topics of, you know, maybe popular topics of things that are happening in the country, I usually make sure that I am analytic. If you check the channel, my objective is not crowdstanding. If you don't know what this channel stands for, go into my introduction video. I am an independent commentator. I'm not a blogger. I am not a social media content creator. I come here so that we can learn, we can grow, in order to be able to live better in this complex and dynamic, fast changing world. And it's very important that we understand the why of things, so that we will understand, we can chart a way on how to fix them as a society. That's what I stand for. Sometimes my opinions may not be mainstream, they may not be popular, but definitely I come here with my own analysis. So much for that. I am not objective. I'm not out against women. So please, due apologies. It's just an illustration based on the song that I'm using to drive home my point that if things were that bad in 1983, and ladies have to go offer themselves for men, because naturally men are the chasers, women are they the chasee, they are the ones to be chased. Women are adorable, women are, you know, they are usually the ones to be gone after, they are the sought after. But now, if the sought after or our adorable ladies then are the ones that will stylishly try to enter, like, you know, the street lingo will be enter men by just saying, oh, I've been asking after you, where have you been? Oh, it's been a long time. And all the aim at the back of that, let us say, hypothetical, thank you, that this one will save me from any backlash. Hypothetical lady, let's say it's hypothetical. So ladies, I hope you can free me now. Hypothetical lady, yeah, now she wants something from the man because things are not going well for everybody, and sometimes it's just like a survival strategy. It's a vista, it's like a window for her to obtain at least something for survival. 42 years ago, 1983, and Baba Victor Olaiya, who is one of the greatest musicians of Nigeria of all times, is MB, member of British Empire. He sang so much that the Queen gave him, I think it's a sir or something like that, a knighthood of the Queen. And those ones are very intelligent singers. Not all these pangolo things that people, some of those music that you hear, some of them, they don't even last 5 years. They are dying in our very eyes. Look at this song, Evergreen. And the lady of those days were under pressure to the extent that they have to now be, you know, using strategy to at least for survival. Are ladies not using strategy today for survival? Similar strategy. If things were bad then, what will we say? I mean, country was hard, there was hunger in the land. What will you call what is in the land today? Things have gone from bad to worse. Some people on the streets of Africa will say from worstest. Things have gone from bad to worse to worse to worse to from worst to worstest. I know there's no English like that, but that's just a way to drive it home. Things are so, I mean, it's like pushing people to the wall. We have had our back to the wall as at that time that this daddy sang that song, this our Baba May his soul rest in peace, wherever it may be. You know, since we were already having our backs to the wall, now Nigerians have used their back to break the wall. And then we have entered into the wall. You know why? This was 1983. Buhari took over at the eve of 1983 to 1984. Some few months after this song was sung. In 1983, when Shagari came back, I was a young boy in secondary school. When he came back for a second time, after the 1999 to 1983 was the first election, you know, those days, it was October 1st was our Independence Day. And I think that the change of government was not May 29. It usually happens around towards the end of the year. There was what they brought then, austerity measures. And one Yoruba musician sang, austerity measures, igalola, austerity measures, ikoyoyo, okolowo, okolola, okomekunu, ọ̀rọ̀ tó wà nílẹ̀ yìí, kò sẹ́ni tí ó kan lára. Permit my ngbati. What was saying is that these austerity measures, now is very dire. It hits the rich, it hits the affluent, it reaches the bourgeoisies, it's hitting hard, it's biting hard on the proletariat, on the poor, on the masses. That this issue of, you know, hardship in town, there is no one that is spared. It doesn't spare anyone. 1983. And it was because of the bad economy then. That was the excuse. Let's just take it as an excuse then. We can't say it's a reason. That's the excuse why the military, under the leadership of Buhari, took over. It was General Sani Abacha that made the announcement. I remember, you know, those days when such things are happening, you hear bang, 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 brrr, ba, 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 arise, O compact. Once you hear that, then that is something happens. In fact, before then, you will hear martial music. Whether it's martial music, they call it. You'll be hearing the martial music, everything, because they would have taken over all the radio stations. And you know the first statement that Abacha said, I, General Sani Abacha, and he went, fellow Nigerians, the announcement happened. What I'm saying is that the hardship that led Baba Victor Olaiya, God bless Victor Olaiya, great musician himself, I think he's from Edo State. Baba Victor Olaiya, what made him to sing that song was the condition, the deterioration of Nigerian economy was what the ministry used. It was so bad that the military used this as an excuse to take over power. And they held that power from that 1983 to 1999. A period of, was it 1999? Yeah, 1999. 83 to 99. How many years is that? I don't know. Would that be 16 years? That's their second coming, because they had already come after independence. Don't let me derail too much. The ladies of then and the ladies of now. Those days, the man used ladies to sing. Of course, we know that we had men too. If you have ladies' version of people, they were not all out, maybe street girls, maybe street urchins, or maybe wrong girls. They were not all out. These are just still decent women who are just trying to survive. Mind you, if you look at it very well, I don't know about other parts of the world. Women, you see, there's a lie that we tell ourselves in society as if men are the breadwinners. Maybe in some other generations. In this generation that I've seen, most of the time, women are the breadwinners. But only that men, we flex and we show off more. And then just because of the, what do they call it now? I've forgotten, you know, patrilineal society, where it is men. You understand? It looks like, okay, we give men the place of leadership in the homes. All right. So, like a men's world. But most, even right from the days of, well, I thank God that I come from a family that we're okay. We were very okay, very, 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 very okay, by the grace of God. So let me leave it at that. But even those days, you will see that it is our mothers, that the women that labor up to date. To date, if they check it, the economic power is not in the hands of men. Men may be more industrialists, men may be more the bigger business doers. But when you talk of mainstream business of the small and medium scale, it is the women. And it is not the big industry that is keeping homes. It is the medium and small scale enterprises, SMEs, traders. Those are the ones that are keeping the economy. Those are the women that are feeding the family. Some men are totally deadbeat husbands or deadbeat dads. They are just sperm donors. And some of them are so lazy, some of them are so shameless, some of them are so unhelpful, they are not even present in the life of their children and their family. Some men. But a lot of men right now, because of the economic condition, it is condition bent crayfish, water pass gari. Some of them, they are good men, they want to do, they want to try, but the economy is biting hard. It is the women. You say, people will say, oh, men should be like a pillar of the family. They play. It is the women that are the real pillars that are carrying the family. In most cases, even in those days, there are women that are the ones that are the breadwinners. Indirectly, they will give the money to the husband or to the men to give their children to take like their pocket money to school or to pay their school fees. They will not do it as if they are the one. They will say it's the father that is paying. It is later when the children grow up, they will know that it was mommy that was carrying the responsibilities of the house. When they are matured to even understand things. So women are not out to denigrate or to talk down on you. You have been the pillar. In fact, all over the world, I can see that. Yeah, I can say that boldly right now because I am thinking as I'm talking right now. I'm thinking through what I'm saying. So, but these women that at least are not, they are not even of easy virtue. These are women that condition. They have been affected by the economic situation and they are just looking for one way or the other to at least make up. They are exceptions. But right now, we also have male versions of them. All along, if our boys were not in, they don't have bodies to sell. But even all this body selling or whatever, if there's no buyer, there's no seller. That's one of the things I used to tell people, that if you say, okay, women are doing this, it's not woman to woman, it's man to woman. There is a market, and that's why those people are getting customers. Now we have the male version. Those days, they used to be bus stop boys, they used to be agbero, they used to be louds or whatever, street boys. Right now, they are no longer on the streets. They are not into 419. They are into what's down 419. They are into Yahoo. They are into Yahoo Plus. They are into virtual killing. They are into kidnapping. So the economy is driving everybody to the edge because this very government, it didn't start from this government. Of course, you can see the history from 40-something years. And that time the man sang the song was not the beginning. Things had gotten from bad to worse. After the oil boom was just, let's say early 70s. And it didn't last long. The moment the military left, the civilians took over, and then they became so, how will I put it, very wasteful, and then they messed up everything. That's not to say the military were perfect. There's no government that has not been corrupt in one way or the other, but the corruption became so terrible that, you hear those are the days of Umaru Diko, the one, different people that, don't let me localize it to one person. So, men, the boys right now, they are the ones that are also into all manner of crimes, and life doesn't mean anything to them. Look at the boy that I did a video on that was caught, who used the girlfriend and wanted to dump her, and he was caught. That video is on my channel. There's also Timileyin. You saw what happened with Timileyin, the one that is a gospel musician who killed his girlfriend in Abuja. All over like that, it happens. And you know what? A lot of these things, some of them even happen through social media, because people get to connect a lot through social media these days, right? Right now, you see the way women are selling, some ladies that do not even have dignity for themselves or for their womanhood. When they dress, they put on very low neck, the way they sew their dresses. And there's something there's a way they use their whatever, that woman, the bra, to package the whole thing that you will almost be seeing their nipple outside. In fact, men of dignity will have to look away because it will be so, I don't know whether irritating or disgusting or whatever to the men who have honor for themselves. But it is now being common. If you don't even want to see, social media will bring, and people are by sight. Sight and sound is life. And the algorithm of the social media knows how to bring such content, because those things go viral and millions of people watch them for entertainment, and they recommend it to more people. So you wonder why you are seeing it. It's just the spirit behind the thing, which is called algorithm. It is the brain spirit behind the internet is what is going to push it to you by the engine of whatever platform you are using, TikTok, Facebook, whatever. It will bring those things, and you will see that with the bra, the breast of these ladies will be as if almost touching them on their chin. It's as bad as that. And it gets worse where if those women are endowed, whether the front one, I mean, especially for that one, that they expose their chests. In fact, it's as if maybe they should be wearing skirt now and not be wearing anything on top, because somebody said you went inside the house to dress, and then you came out naked. That's exactly the illustration we can give them. They are dressing inside the house, but by the time they say they are dressing, but by the time they come out, you see they are half naked. So there's no dignity. And why? When you look at it, a lot of desperation is in the system right now because people are under financial pressure. That is exactly the point I'm trying to make. No dignity for men, for women. Boys don't have fear again. Life doesn't mean anything to them. Ritual killing is increasing. Kidnapping is increasing. Yahoo is increasing. Economic crime is increasing. Internet crime is increasing. And social media relationships are the most dangerous now. I put something in on my channel that our young ladies save again because they have to meet somewhere. And social media is even just like real life to people these days. And when you see people that are trying to attract these girls, you have girls who do not have a job. They are using phone of 1 million. Okay, if you're buying anything in the range of iPhone 15 or thereabout, iPhone 15 even in America is over $1,000. $1,000 as at today's exchange rate is 1,550,000 naira. And it is not even 1,000. It will be, even maybe iPhone 16 or even bigger phones or all those big Samsung or, they are bigger phones. Only these are just the, common brand. A girl who doesn't have a job, someone that's just leaving school, someone that's probably earning minimum wage want to use Brazilian hair, want to use Venezuelan hair, want to use human hair, whether it is curved, whether it is straight, whether it's bone. They want to look gay. They will gate. GAIT, they want to shine, they want to outshine and outclass the people around them. It will lead to desperation because they will look for the kind of people that can afford that kind of lifestyle for them, and they are desperate. They can do anything. You go on the internet, you see people dancing almost naked. People are doing skits that they are just wearing underpants like G-string. It's as bad as that. And even when they are dressed, in fact, women, I think women should be talking to women, because if men talk now, women will come for men and say, why don't you leave them alone? Women, they think that men in the past objectify women. It is women that are objectifying themselves right now, because it's as if what they have is what they are bringing to outside, to the whole world to see. And it's like when they say it in the local lingo, like now the market where they get, now they bring for all of us, now they sell so. Because it's like, even advertisers and publicists know that sex sells. That's why you see most of the cream, most of the adverts, even for edible things, even for medicine, most of the time the faces you see there are beautiful women. Even for drinks, sex sells. It sells. Now in a country where, you might say enugbe means that the mouth is dry, the lips are dry. They call something ebina. It's just like a joke. Ebi is hunger in Yoruba. And I just like trying to form a word from it that is hunger monger, like a hungry person. It is really, really terrible. Survival is very, very difficult right now for people. I was saying that if people who died like 1 or 2 decades ago in Nigeria, if they woke up from their graves, they will not recognize Nigeria again. With the rate of how things have deteriorated. Nigeria, who did this to us? Our boys are now Yahoo plus, Yahoo anything. It's so bad now that everybody wants to japa. Japa is attractive to everybody. Why? Because the country is not giving hope. Our leaders are so irresponsible. Look at how they are behaving. The Holy Book says that, woe to you, O land, when your prince or your king is a child. See how they are flaunting their ostentatious lifestyle in our faces, as if they are telling us, all the rest of us, to go to hell. They are busy stealing the National Assembly. They are buying gifts for themselves. They are sharing money. They are just doing it anyhow. And the hardship is there. Why I'm saying this is that I want to appeal to government. Give whatever thing you are doing up there in policy and in administration, in everything, whatever your agenda is, give your government a human face. This hardship is too much. If in 1983 someone sang a song that things are so hard that ladies, let me use the word, are compromising. People are compromising, because not just ladies, men are also compromising. And then 42 years later, we are worse off than where we used to be. In fact, many people, even people who are alive then, they can't, even people that are alive 20, 30 years ago, even people that were born 15, 10, 20 years ago, they could not imagine. So it's not an age or generational thing. They can't imagine that Nigeria will be in a place where it is today. And then it's not as if that's the end. We are on a journey. Where are we going? If things are like this now, where are we going to be in a year's time, in 2 years, in 3, in 4, 5 years' time? Our government happened to us. And now people are jackpying. Everybody wants to live. You think everybody knows that Nigeria, there's life in Nigeria, and Nigeria is just irresistible. Nigeria is so good to live in if things are going well, if you can afford it. But people cannot even afford a decent living. If whatever can make all our banks to be dry, to be empty of professionals, people will be looking at people. You are working in a bank as if they are better off than the rest of us. If those class of people have almost emptied into Canada, to America, to Australia, to some other parts, to UK, to some other parts of the world, you know there is trouble, because that is just like what could have been our lower middle class. That the bankers, technologists, you see all the problems of network that a lot of banks were having recently. Their digital infrastructure, the technology, the tech that drives the bank, the personnel that handle those tech have migrated in most cases. Although I thought that, anyway, maybe for security of their infrastructures, they might not have wanted those people to do part-time for them, because a lot of these things are outsourced easily and people work, remotely, and they manage stuff. I don't know how those banks didn't have the sense, or maybe they didn't trust, maybe some of the people working for them. It shouldn't have been a problem at all. You have people working from India and they are servicing America, because the labor from there, it's more affordable when compared to the local here. And apart from the labor, even if it's available locally, the fact is that a lot of the skill set that is needed is offshore, and people can always work from offshore. So that's just like a digression. Nigeria is so tough that everybody wants to leave. We can't continue this way. Things are very hard. It's not easy for people. As the same way it's not easy for people at home, it's not easy for people abroad, because the people at home, a lot of them are depending on people abroad and looking up to them for help. That's not to say that there are not people that are making in Nigeria. A few people are making it. But what is the ratio? If you look at it, I don't think it will be more than 10 to 15%. And if you are not in the corridors of power and you are not in certain kind of things, it is very difficult to see people. People are just they are just coping by. And I hope this whole thing will not break on our head. Right? I hope it won't break on our head, because it's the women that are carrying the responsibilities. Of course, men are carrying responsibility. I'm just saying this to respect the women, because it is true. A lot of women are responsible for their families. And the government has been lucky that whatever they have been facing, maybe in form of protest or anything, bad governance thing, was not initiated by women and supported by them in the real sense of massive support. Because government, Nigerian government, I hope you won't do it. You won't push people to the point that the women will come for you. Don't try our women. Don't try them. Remember the Aba riots. Remember, women protested naked, and it was even against the repressive government of the colonial masters, not to talk of government of we. Look at the protest that Madam Tinubu led. One of the things that make her famous, she resisted taxation, if I remember that history correctly, or one kind of tariff or whatever that was imposed on women at that time. She stood up and she mobilized women, and it was not funny. Even the colonialists did not find it funny way back. Don't push our women to the wall, because you are still toying with our youth and everything. You are toying with picking people, detaining them, and trying to make them not to talk. People will talk because people are hungry. It's not easy. I just hope that you will have mercy, and beyond, apart from mercy, that you will have that human feelings. You have that milk of human, milk of kindness. It is blood that is flowing in your own stream. Consider the people. The hardship is just too much. We cannot continue this way, government. Everyone that is in place of authority is government, and the civil servants that are servicing them, tell them the truth. Let them hear that people are hungry, because when you hear what some of them are saying, you will know that they are so disconnected from the rest of society. This is where I will stop this video right now. Watch out for my video where I'll be talking on the issues concerning the government and whatever they are doing. I don't know whether it is administration or whatever, or confusion that we are having in Nigeria right now. I hope to see you on that video. Please watch out for it in my channel in the next couple of days, maybe the next 48 hours. Thank you for watching, and please click the subscribe button and click the notification bell, and also please share this video. Thank you for watching. See you on the next one.